Hello guys, in this video we are going to discuss about depth first search. So let's go directly into our video. We know that this depth first search and breadth first search are two blind search methods. So coming to this DFS, in the case of DFS, the memory unit that is used is a stack. Okay, so this DFS is mainly used for searching, and here the searching is done in such a manner that the depth wise search is carried out first. Okay, but in the case of breadth first search, level wise search is carried out first, but in our case, in the case of DFS, a depth first search is carried here. So let's see how DFS work with the help of a tree. So here I have taken an example. A tree is taken. In this particular tree, we have to find or we have to search for the node F. Okay, so we know that F is present here. Okay, so let's see how depth first search is carried out in this particular tree in order to search the node F. Okay, so I already said that in the case of this DFS, stack is used as the memory unit. What is the feature of this stack? We know that if we have a stack like this, mainly two operations are carried out in a stack. First of all, we have to push some element into the stack, and after that we can pop some element out of the stack. Okay, so these are the two operations that is mainly carried out in the case of a stack. So let's see how we can find this particular node F in this tree. Then the operation is done in such a manner that the topmost element in this stack is popped and then it is added into a visited list. And for those elements that are added into a visited list, their children are then again pushed into the top of the stack. So in case of a stack, we know that the pushing is done or the insertion of the new element is done in the top of the stack. We push this A into the stack. After that, the element that is to be present in the top of the stack is visited, and this visited node is then placed in a visited list. Okay, so here we know that only A is present in the top of the stack. So after that, we pop this A, that is the item that is present in the top of the stack is popped from this stack, and then it is added into the visited list. Okay, so here this A is popped and then it is added into the visited list. Then the item that is added into the visited list, that is A, that node's children is then again pushed into the top of the stack. Okay, so here we know that the item that is popped first and which is added into the visited list is A. Then now we will be pushing the children of this node A into the stack. We know that A has two immediate children, that is B and C. Then we will be pushing this B and C into the stack. Okay, now after a push, we have to perform a pop. So the topmost element from this stack is popped, that is B is popped out of the stack, and then it is added into our visited list. Then we check whether B is the node that we have to find out. No, because the node that we have to find out is F. Then we have to again process or proceed these steps repeatedly. Okay, so now the item that is added into the visited list is B. Now the children of the B will be pushed into the stack. Okay, so here B have two immediate children, that is D and E. Now this D and E will be pushed into the stack. So C already remain under the stack. We know that the items in a stack will always be pushed into the top of the stack. Okay, so now this D and E, both these elements are pushed into the stack. Now the topmost element in the stack is popped and then it is added into the visited list. That is, here D is popped and then D is added into the visited list. Now we check whether D is the element that we have to find out. No, this is not F. So we have to again proceed this same step. Now we look into this particular tree whether D have any children. Yes, D have two children, G and H. Now we will push this G and H into the top of the stack. Okay, so here this G and H are pushed into the top of the stack. Now we again pop the topmost element from the stack. So the topmost element is G and G is popped from the stack and is added into the visited list. Now we check whether G is the element that we have to search or find out. No. So we have to again continue these similar steps. We check whether G has any children. Here we know that G do not have any children. It is a leaf node. So G do not have any children. So now the topmost element that is present in this stack is H. We will be popping this H out of the stack and will be added into the visited list. So now visited list have the element H. Then we check whether H has any children or not. Here we know that a single child L. So this L is pushed into the top of the stack. Now again the topmost element in the stack is popped out. So here we know that the topmost element in the stack is L. L is popped out of the stack and it is added into the visited list. And we check whether L has any element, any children or not. Here L do not have any children. So we pop the next element that is present in our top of the stack, that is E. And we check whether E has any children or not. So E is popped out of the stack and it is added into the visited list. And we check whether E has any child or not. No, E is the leaf node that do not have any child. So we pop the next element that is present in our stack, and that is C. So C is popped out of the stack and it is added into the visited list. And then we check whether C has any children or not. Here, yes, we know that C has the immediate child F. So C has a child F and this F will be pushed into the stack. So F is pushed into the stack. Then after that, the topmost element in the stack is popped out and it is added into the visited list. So F is popped out and it is added into the visited list. Now we check whether F is the element that we have to search. Yes. So F is the element that we have to search, and this is how a depth first search is carried out. This is how DFS is carried out in this particular example. So we know that in the case of DFS, the searching is carried out depth wise. Okay, so first we go for A, then we go for B, then we go for D, then we go for G, after that we go for H, then we go for L, after that E, after that C, then F. So the depth in this depth first this depth, all the nodes present in this depth or in this side are completely searched in order to find this particular element F. Okay, so that is why it got the name depth first search. The searching is mainly done in depth wise. Okay, so this is how DFS work. I hope that it's clear.